the first time in the history of the college that the band has been able to do an international program.
Yeah, that was very exciting.
Similar to what the choir has done.
Yeah.
And the growth of the band has been phenomenal under Laura's leadership. So we're really happy for the department and for the band program. And by the way, Christmas is approaching and we have concerts coming up.
We do.
Tell us about those.
It's the busy time for us. Speaking of the band and Dr. Laura Lynch, their concert is this coming Sunday. That's December the 4th at 2 p.m. in Ryland. It's an auditorium. And it's not a Christmas concert per se. It's really their fall concert, but she always does some Christmas things on the concert. So their concert is called A Journey Through Time, and they're doing a wide variety of pieces that will take listeners on a journey through time, kind of a musical history journey. And the Christmas portions are going to be kind of fun. Dr. Geffrey, Tom Geffrey, has been doing some adjunct work for us and has been helping by leading a low brass ensemble. So the low brass ensemble is going to play one of the old chestnuts, Leroy Anderson's Christmas Festival arrangement for them. And then the entire band is going to play a piece about Krampus, the Christmas elf, the evil Christmas elf.
The evil Christmas elf.
Who will be voiced by none other than our own Dr. Paul Olson, academic dean.
Very good.
And we've decided that if his children run screaming from the theater, that he will have appropriately voiced Krampus, the Christmas elf.
Very good.
And then they'll finish with a medley of tunes from the Polar Express, the Christmas special. Yes. So that's coming up with the band. Then the next weekend, the 9th, 10th, and 11th, right? The 9th, 10th, and 11th.
That's correct.
Down at the Basilica will be the annual choir Christmas concert under the direction of now Dr. Aaron McDermott.
Congratulations.
We're very excited that Aaron has successfully completed all requirements, and I think he's proofed his doctoral dissertation now for the 800th time, and hopefully they won't be having problems with his commas anymore or anything like that.
That's great.
So Dr. Aaron McDermott will be leading all of the choirs in their annual Christmas concert, which is called Come Thou Long Expected Jesus.
Well, the whole community looks forward to that event, and I know a lot of folks come back to campus in order to be here to see the choir perform. So that's something we always look forward to.
And I think this will be number 11 for him.
Number 11. That's
I think
amazing.
it's number 11.
Wow, that's great. They're always topping themselves.
Yes, yeah.
He does a beautiful job of integrating the music and the text.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, in addition, as if heading up a music department isn't enough, you have taken on the added responsibility for working with the Performing Arts Series on campus, and you lead that organization as well.
I do.
So let's explain a little bit about the series and what it adds to the cultural life of the campus.
Sure. I accidentally asked Liz Hunt, who used to work for you, one day if she needed some help, and she said sure, and that's how I found myself to be the director of the Performing Arts Series a few years ago.
Volunteering never pays.
Never pays. Never. That's a lesson, kids. Never ask anybody if they need help. No, that's been a lot of fun to do. I think I've done it now about 4 years or so. And we've had some wonderful concerts. We do about 3 concerts a year. We had a trio on campus this fall through the auspices of a good friend of ours, one of our trustee members, Virgil Miedema, helped us out with that. The next one coming up is at the end of January, and I should have looked at the date. I believe it's January the 27th. And a couple of friends of mine, Darcy Boltema and her husband Mike Stiles, who teach down at Northern State University and are active performers. Darcy is a brilliant operatic soprano, but they don't get a chance to perform together very often. So I asked them to come as a husband and wife duo and do a concert for us. So that's coming up, and it's actually a program that they presented at Northern this year, And we're hoping that the art display that goes with the concert will also come with them and be displayed. If not, we might have some visual presentations while the recital is going. So that'll be very exciting, kind of a little mixed media for us. We haven't done that before. And then our last concert of the year won't be till April, so we've really spread them out. We had one in September, or early October, January, and then April. Is the Bismarck Wind Ensemble under the direction of John Darling.
Right.
And they're a group that performs for some of the all-state groups. And they've also been on our campus. They've worked with the intercollegiate band that we help host every year. And they're quite an organization. They're made up of music professionals from around the state. So these are all working teachers out in the public schools who come together to make music. So it's a wonderful lesson for all of our students that being a music educator is not just standing in front of a band. There are all kinds of performance opportunities. Right. And we've had a fair number of our loyal supporters continue with us over the years. We always hope to expand our program and hope that more people come to our concerts. And we continue to try to have a variety of performances to appeal to as many people as we can. Sure. But we do stick with mainly classical music performances. That's kind of our mission now. So, yeah, it's been very interesting. I keep getting emails from our agent friend in New York who wants to bring the Manhattan Piano Trio back here one of these years. So I'm hoping the funds can become available to do that. They were a fantastic group. I was here a few years ago, and I've got a couple of opera buddies out there in the world making huge waves, and I hope to bring at least one of them here in the next couple of years to do a concert. So, yeah.
Well, the series is one of the many ways in which the university and the community work together, and one of the ways in which the level of cultural life in Jamestown is generally raised.
Yes, absolutely.
And we appreciate all the service that you've given in providing the leadership for that, because it is one of those extra things that we don't always think of as being, integral to the day-to-day operation here, and yet it's a calling that we answer as a university because of the need for the cultural enrichment of the community, and
absolutely,
for our students to see professionals at work.
Absolutely, the community is very supportive of the all the various events that go on in town. The Arts Center certainly supports and brings in different kinds of entertainers, mostly folk and light rock and those kinds of things, and that's great. And certainly the community is very supportive of the fine programs that go on at the high school, and they do a great job up there as well. But it is nice to have professional musicians come to town and have a venue for them to perform.
Well, I think this is our last program before the Christmas break, and we certainly want to extend the warmest Christmas greetings to those of you who follow our road tripping program. And I want to thank you, Rick, for spending a little time on a ride through the campus with me this morning so that people could hear the latest on what's happening in the music department. And generally speaking, we didn't get into the larger framework of the arts very much, but we had a wonderful fall musical. You were in the pith leading the orchestra for that.
We did.
A lot of the musical direction.
I think Mike and I have now done 16 shows together over the years, and it's just fantastic to work with, and we can, both of us, continue to be amazed at the level of talent that simply shows up to our door. Biology major, we had a couple of engineering majors in the cast this year, and really terrific graduate students. We've, of course, had faculty and community members in our productions, and it's been a lot of fun.
It's a good example. The title, ironically, is 9 to 5. That was a musical.
It was a musical, yep.
On a campus like this, the work is done after 5.
Absolutely.
both by the students and the faculty and staff.
7 to 10, as a matter of fact.
7 to 10 is a better way of looking at it, I suppose.
Yes.
And at the same time, the art department, Sharon Cox and her students did a big cultural program along with other faculty.
And they have their art show up.
In the lobby with the art show in the background, and that was a great evening
Yes.
as well. So
Yeah.
the arts are contributing so much to our appreciation of higher education at the University of Jamestown, and we're grateful to all of the faculty and the staff that make those programs go.
Well, we are grateful to your leadership in that.
That's great.
We've been lucky to have somebody as president who has a background in the arts. I don't know of very many places that have that, so we certainly appreciate all of your support, both you and the dean and all the staff as well that come to our events.
Well, I think before we have an accident, we're just going to park here and call it an episode. And I want to thank all of our viewers for joining us this morning. And as we have talked a bit about the music and the arts programs at the University of Jamestown. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.